Somebody help me. The big old bear, he's trying to eat up all my crypto. That's a big old bear. Well, guys, it's easy to see that the whole market is bleeding red today. A capitulation event has happened, and we need to talk about it. There is one saving grace, one Hail Mary that could happen to get us out of this, but the probabilities are starting to look slim, more like a 25% chance, and I can break that down for you. But according to my personal trading strategy, I'm officially a bear today. But that's not a bad thing. It's a very smart thing, because right now is where you lay out all the necessary steps to take care of the next bull market, which will come after the halvening 18 months away from now, and it will be life-changing. So today I want to briefly discuss a hopeful scenario, then price points, and my strategy over the next 18 months should this be our long drawn-out crypto winter. Road Dog Crypto. The very first thing that we have to look at is the dollar index, which has broken above the 618 Fibonacci. It did not get rejected. It broke it above it, and that's extremely bullish that it is going up. Now, it's reached a level where it could double top. It's a possibility, but the signs are not telling me that. The signs tell me that we will probably get a little retracement, maybe back to the 618, to bounce off of that and continue upward. The Ichimoku is very green right here, and it is pointing that we will be going up, and that we are not in danger of breaking into it and going down. Now, if we zoom out on the monthly chart on this, you can see some signs that are kind of pointing that it is very bullish for the dollar. Now, even though the dollar is being slowly eaten away by inflation, we're blessed to be in the position that the United States, the US dollar, is the global reserve currency. So what we are seeing is where all the other fiat currencies are failing and running to the dollar. The dollar is showing strength, and that's what it was designed to do. Theoretically, all other currencies, the yen, the mark, the ruble, the yuan, they should all fail before the US dollar. We are seeing how inflation is eroding fiat currency in the world, yet it makes our dollar stronger. Downside is that it affects our markets. For us in crypto, it really affects Bitcoin at the moment. Stepping back onto the monthly chart, there's a lot of room to go up. We haven't approached the 2018 top, but we are headed there. That could be a possible rejection point, but by the time we get there, what will the markets look like? Now, from the dollar, I want to quickly take a look at the Nasdaq 100. This is mostly about tech stocks, which Bitcoin falls into, as well as all the other cryptocurrencies. And you could see that we had a bounce from the 0.5, was bouncing up. We got rejected just below the 382 on our Fibonacci's, coming back to retest this 0.5. Now we are in a channel, can break out to the upside, but the question is, how low will it go until it decides to break out of this channel? We are possibly looking at coming down to the 618 before we do that. Must keep an eye on that, because there can be continued downward pressure on Wall Street and the legacy markets, which right now, since crypto is tied into Wall Street so tightly, will push us down also. And now before we can get onto Bitcoin, we got to check out Bitcoin dominance and see what's going on there. Now we did have a drop. We were in a channel. It is a bearish channel. Did get a drop down out of that. We came to our measured move right here at 46.79 thereabouts, and we're breaking back up into this channel, which could be very bullish. The Ichimoku is indicating on the daily of things of continued bullish activity, even though our other indicators are saying that we need to kind of cool off for a little while. Things are looking upward for Bitcoin dominance. So what I'm expecting here is we could still get that retest, or it may just go on up and break out. If it breaks out of this, it's definitely going to go hard and fast, parabolic move. If we break down below it, we may just kind of fiddle around here for a little while, but we're still moving to the upward side. For what I can see, we will more than likely be headed upward for a little while. As we did break out of this upward channel, should mean some parabolic movement coming our way for Bitcoin. People should be pouring into Bitcoin. So it will be interesting to see how this plays out with Bitcoin dominance on an upward trajectory, and also the US dollar on an upward trajectory. These are normally decoupled, going in the opposite directions. Now we're kind of coupling together. And what I expect in the future, and it's the only thing that makes sense, at some point, people are going to wake up and realize that it doesn't make sense to keep putting all your power into an inflationary asset, and they will start moving over. And that's the point when adoption comes in, and we will see Bitcoin dominance just skyrocket, and we won't be depending so much on the DXY. Deflationary asset, limited supply. Inflationary asset, unlimited supply. The only difference is global adoption. We're headed towards Bitcoin. First of all, I want to apologize because I did not include in my last market update the price points that I included in my finding Fibonacci update, which did indicate this $23,400 bottom that we did touch. It told us twice where we were headed, and it's telling us on the second time there is still a chance to come down to around the 23,000 mark. Don't count it out. Honestly, did not think that we would hit that low until after the Fed announcement. So now to get into the meat and bones of this video, there's a 25% chance that we could come out of this smelling like a rose. As it stands where we are in Bitcoin right now, we've got a 50-50 chance to go up, 50-50 chance to go down. Probability is looking like we're headed down. Even the Ichimoku is starting to show signs here. We're getting ready to take a drop. However, there's still a silver lining to this. And if you watch my other videos where I've talked about the Wyckoff reaccumulation event, we zoom out to this weekly. We talked about a possible Wyckoff bottom spring. If this is our Hail Mary, it's going to be our saving grace. It'll be a quick event. So I'm expecting by Wednesday, we would be back up around the 32,000 area and holding that. If we do not see that, I have no faith in this playing out, and I'm looking more toward a longer crypto winter, and I'm prepared for both scenarios. I've set myself up for both scenarios, and I hope that you guys are at a place that you've done that too. If not, it's okay. We can play this to our advantage either way that it goes. So let me reiterate what we will be looking for. We may see some more downside, but it would be a spring. We're looking for a wick, kind of like what we had here. And wherever it touches down, it should be coming back up. And the key level we need to break above 30,000. Hold that. We need to break above 32,000. Hold that. We need to keep going up to 38,000. Hold that. Because there is one more scenario that might play out even if things are looking this good, and that is called a dead cat bounce. If we cannot break above 40,000 and hold it, if we cannot see some green coming in on this Ichimoku indicator, our best case for upward movement could turn into a dead cat bounce and drive us to even lower prices than what we're seeing right now. That would be our wide open entrance to a long crypto winter, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But what if that's not going to happen? So what if that bullish scenario has no chance of playing out, or even if it does a dead cat bounce and we find ourselves back to where we are? Well, I'm going to break this down for you and give you levels that I am going to be putting my Bitcoin buys over the next 4 or 5 months. These are the levels that I will put a limit order in and just sit and wait. Now, will I trade Bitcoin in between then? Of course, but this is my long-term bags. This is what I'm using to set myself up so that when we go into our next bull cycle, I want to be one of those guys shopping for Lambos. Not really, but this will help put me into that class. Understand? Now, my personal opinion about what is going on, I get a lot of that information from this Ichimoku indicator. This Ichimoku indicator keeps me level and balanced. It always lets me know what side of the trade that I should be on. When I'm under the red, we're bearish. And when this red starts getting thin, that's when quick drops start happening, and we've just started that. There's some things that could be playing out that we need to be aware of. We have the Celsius FUD that's coming out. We got MicroStrategies that is close to their liquidation point. People have already capitulated. Wall Street may be headed into a bear market, which will reflect negatively on crypto. It looks kind of scary. It does look scary. And so you have to ask yourself some serious questions right now. Should I be in altcoins? My answer is hell no. This is the worst possible time to start going into altcoins. Now, over the next few months, over this summer and coming fall, these are my price targets. This is where I'm putting buys in. The lines that I have here are my oh crap targets for Bitcoin. These are the bottom of the Fibonacci levels, which have been very spot on for finding bottoms. And this is what I got. My very lowest target is going to be 11,488. I hope that we don't get there. Well, I'm mixed, because if we do, I'm buying the hell out of Bitcoin. Target before that, we're looking at 17,789. These are some more far off targets. The ones that are more immediate for us, say within the next few weeks or so, would be $20,381, $21,642, and of course where we did wick down to right around the $22,848. This is all on the KuCoin Bitcoin USDT chart. If you're trading on a different exchange or using a different stable coin, make sure that your TradingView account is reflecting that account in that chart, because there will be some minor differences. So those of you guys that are wondering about altcoins, let me see if I can help put this into perspective for you. Altcoins are going to be taking a big hit. We have broken below the Ichimoku cuckoo. We are definitely in bearish territory. We're nowhere close. We're talking about November is where we would need to be to even think about breaking to the upside in any noticeable way on altcoins. Our next target for total 2 is way down here at 257 billion. That is half of where we have dropped to now. Money is leaving altcoins is what it does every bear market. I highly recommend that you put off any altcoin positions, any new positions in them for about a year out. You want altcoins to bottom. You want to buy altcoins on the very floor. And if you stick with me on this channel, that is what we're going to do. We are going to be trading this bear market the same way that the big money does. And then when the bull market comes, we're going to be in just as good of a spot as the big money. So guys, this is basically all I've got. The only other thing that I can add, there are a couple of targets that we could be looking at for Bitcoin to come back up to touch 24,897, 28,268. And the one that we really want is the 32,784. If we can get up there and hold it, we've already talked about that. Otherwise, these 618 levels here, I've got them labeled as short because that is where the majority of the market will be trying to sell at these levels. Keep that in mind. If you're stuck in some altcoins and Bitcoin does get a rise up here, it may be an opportunity for you to exit those altcoins and either to go into a stable coin or go into a little bit of Bitcoin. Guys, that's what I've got. Hopefully I've calmed your nerves a little bit and given you some hope. I know a lot of you guys are hurting right now with this drop, and I invite you, if you need somebody to talk to, if you've got some questions, you're not getting them answered anywhere else, I've got a Telegram channel, brand new up here. You can drop a question in there. You can DM me over here on Twitter. Even leave a comment here on YouTube. I will try to answer your questions as best as I can. If it's something that needs to be more detailed, I'll do a video on it. Guys, I'm here for you. Whatever I can do to help you out, to help you learn how to navigate this, just ask. And if I know the answer, I will gladly share it. And if I don't know the answer, then maybe we can find it together. Until next time, my name is Lane, your Crypto Road Dog, signing off. Be positive, be blessed. You got this, and you can change your life through crypto. Namaste. Road Dog Crypto.